Excellent. So I had said that we were going to look at object mode versus edit mode. We're going to do this real quickly, but we're going to do most of our transforms in object mode. So first things first, each and every single object is constructed out of different stuff. So let's look at inside this object that I have here. And remember, I'm going to go object or view, and this time I'll do frame selected instead of frame all. And it'll just zoom in on just this one object so I can see it a little bit better. If I want to zoom out, I can zoom out. But if I want to like focus in on a specific object, I select it and go view, frame selected. There's a shortcut for that. You can look at all the shortcuts right next to the actual commands. I'm not going to go over that one for right now. Okay, so I want to go into edit mode and see how this object is made and talk a little bit about how objects are made. So if I go up here to the upper left-hand corner, I see that we're in object mode, which is true. We've been just moving objects around. But if I want to edit an object, I go into edit mode by clicking on this downward arrow and go to edit mode. Now I'm inside this object and everything is selected, so everything's got that kind of amber orange look. So I'm going to go ahead and click away, and you can see now that I'm inside this object and I see lines and dots and these kind of faces. So let's talk about what those are called. I had mentioned before that each and every single 3-point in space is called a vertex, singular. So this vertex sits right here in space. That one is here. And when I connect these two vertex, I get a line, right? So I've just switched to selection mode. I'll show you that here in a second. Now, each of these 4 lines come together. I'm holding Shift to select all 4 of these lines to create a face. And that is all that there is to 3D geometry. There are vertex in space that come together to make edges, and those edges come together to make faces. Now, a single face is called, when there's 4 different spots, it's called a quad. And that's just easy for people to actually make. But not all of your objects have quads. It's just that's one of the better things to model in, is in these quads. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tab out of this. So I went from here to edit mode, back to object mode. I said tab out, and that's a shortcut for just literally with something selected. If you hit the tab button, you go between edit mode and object mode. And so that is the last little bit on the second part of the challenge. How do you select, add, delete, duplicate objects? And how do you do that within object mode and edit mode? So I'm going to go into edit mode. What do you think is going to happen when I add another object? So I'm hitting Shift+A. And let's go ahead and add another UV sphere to this. And it's added it over here. So I want to grab it. I want to grab as much as I can of it anyway. So I'm just going to link it by pressing L and grab it and move it. And so it's kind of like touching this. Now when I tab out, both of these objects are still the same thing. So if I want to move it, it's going to move it together. That's fundamentally different than if I hit Shift+A right now and I add another UV sphere and grab it and move it, right? And so this is its own object. If I look in the outliner, this is sphere 2. I'm going to delete it. If I look in the outliner here, this goes back to my original sphere, and the only way to actually get rid of that second one, because I added it during edit mode, is to come back in, go into edit mode, and then hit X to delete all these vertices, and then you can tab back out. That was pretty fast, but the main thing there is to just know that we have an object mode where we add individual objects. And when we're in edit mode, if I add any mesh, it's adding to the object that you are editing currently. And so I'm not going to give you too much time to play with that one. We're going to kind of whistle past it for now. The truth is I typically add new mesh while I'm in object mode and will only combine mesh later on with different methods. So that's the main thing to deal with that. Okay, so we've seen edit mode. We know that we can see oops, sorry. I'm just going to zoom in on this object real fast. So view, frame selected. I guess I just need to zoom in. We see the vertex, we see the edges, and we see the faces. And the 4 edges come together to make a face. Again, it's that new language, but those edges are all then welded together to make the object. It kind of helps you figure out how things work. For this next step, what we're going to do is we're going to briefly look at how to move this object, and this will be the last thing I actually show you today, and then I'm going to stop recording and I can just chat with you a little bit. So for now, what I want to do is I want to show you the shortcuts to move an object, to rotate an object, and to scale an object. This is this step. And what I really want to do is just talk about these first 3 today. So let's get there. We have all these tools, right? And I've already showed you how. I'm going to move to the cube now. I'm going to go view selected. Cool. Zoom out just a touch. We know that we can move it with the gizmo. There's another tool underneath it called the rotate tool, and it's another gizmo, and it shows you the different axes that you would rotate it on. Remember, this is the y-axis, so it's the green one. So if I want to rotate it on the y, I grab the green, and it will rotate on the y. If I want to rotate it on the blue axis, that's this one, I'll rotate it this way. And if I want to rotate it on the x-axis, that's this one, it shows up right there. So it gives me the ability to have that. Now, I was off for a second, and you saw something most likely. If I'm on one of those perfect little crescents, it shows you that it's like moving on a wedge. And this lets you know that it's directly working on one of these axes. But if I'm off one of these axes, you see that it kind of gives you this roller ball feel. And that's exactly what this is. So it's moving it all around based on wherever you want to go. And it usually is based also on the view. So I'm pressing and holding that middle mouse button, kind of orbiting around. You can play with this at will. I'm going to show you the scale as well. So when I click on the scale, this is yet again another kind of way to scale something. So if I just grab this and drag it out from that center circle, it's a uniform scale. And I feel pretty comfortable with all of that. I'm going to show you these other things later, but I want to do it on one that's still kind of facing the X, Y, and Z axes. So I'm going to switch over to this one and show you what I mean by that. So I want to make this a taller cube. I grab this little blue handle, and just like I was moving it in the X, Y, or Z by grabbing the arrows, right, X, Y, or Z, I can scale in the X, Y, or Z by grabbing the little kind of blunt objects here and go bigger, smaller. And so now you can see I'm moving it just in a specific orientation. I'll make that like a little thin wall here, right? If I want all of these gizmos to be in one spot, that's this last little guy here. And it's kind of complicated, but it gives us the rotation. It gives us the scale. Oops, I think I'm moving it. There we are. I want to scale, maybe it's this one. Nope, it's still giving me rotation. So I'll just grab these guys and scale it, and then I can move it. Okay, let's say, for the sake of argument, that you want to undo all of these changes. So I'm going to kind of introduce this idea that when you press and hold Alt or Option, you can undo certain things. Granted, if those of you who are thinking at home might be thinking like, oh, I can just hit Command Z a whole bunch. So press and holding Command or Control, just tapping Z. I'm going to press and hold Shift with that. So Shift and Command, and I've got Z2. So what I want to do is I want to remove any of my scale changes. I want to remove any of my rotate changes, and I want to remove any of my repositions. So what I'll do is I'll press and hold Alt or Option, and then I'm going to press corresponding letters to change how this thing looks. So first things first, I want to change the scale. So I'll press and hold Alt or Option and tap S. Goes right back to that scale. So all of the different directions I moved it in, boom. I want to change the rotation. Press and hold Alt or R. I'm sorry, Alt or Option and tap R. And now it's gotten rid of any of the rotations. Now, it originally came into being over here at the center of the X and Y. So you might think I want to press Alt-M for move, but it's actually Alt-G for grab. Alt-G, and it moves it back to that center location. So incidentally, that is also the shortcuts you use to move this little cube around. So if I want to move it, I can hit G, I can move it around. If I want to scale it, I keep my cursor out here when I scale it, and I hit S, and I can start to scale. If I want to rotate it, I can hit R, and it'll rotate based on my current viewpoint. If I hit R one more time, it'll give me that roller ball. So that is the basics of scaling, rotating, and grabbing something. It's G, R, S. Cool.